Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you today. At what cost, folks? At what cost? Caitlin Clark, when that record was in sight, okay, let's go hunt that bad boy down. When that record is in my vision, let's go hunt that bad boy down. Caitlin Clark's record, Kelsey Plum's old record, Kelsey Mitchell, Thaisha Fair, those records are so far off in the distance from Juju Watkins' vision. That should be the last thing on her mind and the last thing on her coach's mind. However, when you have a coach like Lindsey Gottlieb, you tend to leave your star in when the score is 81-27. 81-27 against Elon and the Musketeers. USC head coach Lindsey Gottlieb leaves Juju Watkins in the game, only for her to seemingly roll her ankle. Fortunately, didn't seem like a big deal. Doesn't really seem like that's going to hinder her in the future. But the principle is what we need to be talking about, folks. 81-27 against Elon and the Musketeers. Other than going after a record that we can't even see in the distance yet, what purpose can Juju Watkins possibly have out on that court in an 81-27 game? What purpose can Lindsey Gottlieb possibly have leaving Juju Watkins out in an 81-27 game? Lindsey, there's no freshman that you can bring in to get some minutes? There's no player from this incoming class that you can bring in to give some minutes to see how they stack up going into next year when you need to hit up the transfer portal? There are 6 minutes left in the game when Juju Watkins goes down grabbing her ankle because she lands on somebody's foot. Yet there is nobody on the bench. You do such a shit job at recruiting that there's nobody on the bench you can put in for Juju Watkins. She needs to stay in 81-27. You are going to end up getting this woman hurt. And I don't wish that on anybody. But you are going to end up getting this woman hurt. There is no reason, one more time for those in the back, there is zero reason that Juju Watkins should be in a game where the score is 81-27. Unless the head coach has drank the Kool-Aid, has bought into the narrative, and is willing to sacrifice everything, including her players' own health, just to go get a scoring record that we don't even see yet. We shouldn't even be having conversations about Juju and a scoring record yet. It took Caitlin 4 seasons. And we're having conversations about a scoring record sophomore year? We're risking a player's health over an 81-27 game in her sophomore year? USC, what are you paying that head coach for? Other than to jeopardize your team's future, what are you paying that head coach for? Because I know it damn sure isn't for player development. I can't tell you what Juju Watkins got better at over the season. I can't tell you where USC improved at since last season. Looks like the same team. Couple players here, couple players there. Juju, do you. Bye-bye. At what, folks, at some point, stat chasing, record chasing needs to be logical. At some point, it needs to make sense to leave a player in there to chase a couple records, to chase a couple stats. And an 81-27 game in December isn't doing it. If that injury was anything serious, I'd fire her yesterday. If that was anything serious, I would have fired her yesterday. I'm not sure what kind of offense they're running over there in USC. We got Kiki and we got Juju. Lindsey Gottlieb, there needs to be some serious questions about your your incentive to leave her out on the floor. Juju Watkins had 26 points, 32 minutes, 5 assists, 5 rebounds in the game. 26 points in 32 minutes, yet that wasn't enough. We needed to leave her out there longer. We need to make her more susceptible to injury. We need to take that much more of a risk. All to break a record. All to chase a record. Folks, this leads us into another issue when it comes to college basketball in general. And college football sort of corrected this, especially this past season, and that's strength of schedule. Why are we even seeing USC versus Elon anyway? Why am I even seeing USC versus Elon anyway? Because Elon cut USC a big fat check. Here's some money. Come kick our ass. The non-conference games, they need to make it worth more while. This is one of many games this season where USC is just destroying their opponent. And we have Juju Watkins in there for shits and giggles, for lack of a better term. This is one of many games where USC is beating down their opponent, yet Juju Watkins is still in there for some unknown reason. Remember, Paige was Kalen before Kalen. That's what they said. But then we had an injury. We can't stay healthy. We had an injury. We can't stay healthy. Well, what are we doing with Juju right now? What are we going to be saying when Lindsey Gottlieb leaves Juju Watkins in a game, USC versus Piano Community College? USC is beating Piano by 60 points, and Juju Watkins goes down with an injury. Then what are we going to be saying? Oh, you guys, remember Juju? Oh, she would have been huge if she didn't get injured. Oh, she would have been huge if she wasn't in that unnecessary game chasing a record that she's not going to break. We're setting up. We're not putting her in the best situation. Let me just say that. Her coach, not sold on her. The decisions that she makes throughout the game, definitely not sold. Leaving her in on some Teresa Weatherspoon stuff. What are we doing? And then seeing it come into fruition. Seeing it come full circle with her go down, grabbing her ankle, risking injury against Elon University. It's where I draw the line. It's where I definitely draw the line. I want to see, folks, college pros, I want to see these kids come into the WNBA healthy, ready to go. Not beat down and half of who they used to be because their coach is so far up their own ass, they don't put their players first. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Should Juju Watkins have been in that game? Fourth quarter, nearly 6 minutes left in a 50-point blowout. Why is Juju Watkins in there? If I'm a USC fan, I'm asking Lindsey Gottlieb for an explanation. Tell me you're just chasing the record, but don't tell me that that's a basketball decision. Appreciate all the support. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like the video if you enjoyed today's content. Subscribe to the channel. I will greatly appreciate that as well. As always, take it easy.